Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for another workout, and today was max effort bench press day. Today was a little harder than usual, and I think there's some residual fatigue from yesterday's really good squat and deadlift session. I was very happy with yesterday's lifts because it was a legit squat PR, right? I mean, everything was good, great workout, hammered all the way through it. Well, what happens sometimes with that, you guys know what happens. You're a little bit fatigued the next day. And I didn't really get a PR on my bench. I actually got the same weight today that I got last time, but with slightly less chain weight. So I've been reducing the chain weight each max effort day and been slowly bringing the bar weight up. Today I just couldn't do that, and I have to accept that. But it also lets me assess my weak points, because when you come in, you're fatigued and you can tell where you are. To me, I really felt like my chest is becoming more and more of a weakness on this. Doesn't mean I quit doing the tricep work, because my arms still need to grow. But I know that I need to keep working on my chest. So it's a good thing I got the bar that I got. Like, I have that Buffalo bar. I actually have a football bar on the way. I ordered it last week. It's not going to be here for a couple more days. So I'm going to have more tools to utilize to keep working on that, because I simply need to bring my chest up. I need to bring my triceps up, because fatigued or not, I still should be seeing some strength increase. And because today I really didn't get one like I was hoping for, I've got to keep bringing those areas up, and I have to own that. I need to work on my fatigue management more. I need to increase my protein, just do whatever I have to do to keep moving forward. So because of that, because I knew I just couldn't really handle heavy weight today, and even that rep took a bit out of me, I decided to back the weight down a little bit on floor press, really focus on getting a little bit of good quality volume in. So I dropped all the way down to 225 and did sets of 8. And I felt it in my chest, pretty deep burn in my chest on it. And again, it's going to, because you're lifting it from a dead stop. Did a decent amount of volume. I know this isn't as much volume as some guys might call a chest day, but you guys got to keep in mind I bench twice a week. I do 9 sets of speed bench on Fridays, plus other stuff. So we'll get more in then, but I just wanted to get a nice little bit of chest volume in after that heavy stuff, because I didn't feel like I could do a bunch of heavy floor presses, right? That took a lot out of me. I felt like if I did a bunch of triples or 3s or 4s, I just didn't feel that my peripheral nervous system was up for it today after that. I'm just fatigued. So instead I decided to focus on a little bit of volume. I could use the volume. I could use the chest stimulation. And that's what I decided to do. And, today was harder than usual. Again, that overall fatigue, it does matter. But it's to be expected. I got a PR yesterday. I stepped on the scale a hair lighter than yesterday. The scale was down a pound. So you factor in that the scale went down slightly, which is not good for pressing strength ever. That's the most correlated with body weight. Really good PRs yesterday. Good all-around training session yesterday. It's not unexpected. I can live with it. But I do need to make sure that my fatigue management is on point as a result of that. Also, I've been doing extra conditioning work, all the GPP, all that stuff. So we have to balance those things out, right? We have to balance those things. And particularly when you're doing what I'm doing, to where you're doing the conjugate stuff 4 days a week. I'm doing loaded carries almost every day. All right, I've been slowly incorporating more stuff, adding a little bit of volume, and I'm not bulking, right? I'm not in any sort of caloric surplus. Really have to get that fatigue management on point. It becomes critical. It becomes absolutely critical. And so people shouldn't even be worried. It shouldn't be, oh man, why are you tired? Well, it's obvious why I'm tired, guys. I hit PRs yesterday. I've increased my total training loads, and I'm not bulking. Like, it's not unusual. You're going to have days where the fatigue is there a little bit. So I need to get my fatigue management more on point. It doesn't mean I back down the training, because I need to keep doing all the workload I'm doing. I need to do the conditioning work. I need to do all this stuff. But it needs to be things to where maybe a little bit more active recovery, more hot baths, unwind a little more, relax a little bit more. Make sure I'm getting in a little bit of extra vegetables. Right, quality food, a little more protein, maybe see if I can squeeze in a little more sleep. Like I woke up earlier this morning. I woke up an hour earlier than I planned on waking up. I was wide awake, started my day early, got some videos and other stuff done early, had a work with a client today. So met with a client for an hour this morning, and then got my training in and did all my videos first, but I woke up early. So I need to work on that. Make sure that I try to get to bed a little sooner. Try to maybe stay in bed a little later if I need to. Try to get some extra quality sleep in. All right, that matters. Get the fatigue management on point. All right, doesn't mean I want to train less hard, because I need to be training the way that I'm training. But we can adjust the other lifestyle factors. It's like when I work with the clients and other people, it's like I adjust their training based around their lifestyle. But in my case, I'm not in the situation a lot of them are in. I need to adjust my lifestyle based around my training needs. I have the luxury of doing so. I have the luxury of doing so. Then the rows, I did these nice and light again today. Just did 5 sets of 10. Now, next week, hopefully when I get my football bar, we're going to incorporate something different, because I'm really going to start separating more and more and more to where my max effort days and my dynamic effort days, I have no exercise overlap. I want to be more well-rounded, progress on individual exercises on those days. Because all we're worried about for the frequency is the muscle protein synthesis, right? Because we're hitting that everything twice a week. We can do different movement patterns. I think with the football bar, I'm going to be able to hang it up near the top of my rack. I want to start doing pull-ups. The neutral grip pull-ups really bring a lot to the table. I'm hoping they won't irritate my bicep tendon. And I think it would be a really good addition. I got really strong on pull-ups and chin-ups at a certain point. I think I can do the same thing with the neutral grip. Because it has different hand spacings, I can find hand spacing that works for all my connective tissue. And I think that'll be good. And I think because I'm doing these with a nice wide grip once a week, that will cover my upper back stuff. And I can have a middle and upper back exercise that does hit a fair amount of lat, a little more than these do up to my upper chest with a lightweight. Balance everything out a little better. I think it's worth doing. And then it'll give me 2 totally different upper and mid back exercises on these days. And so then I'll only end up doing the rows once a week. And I think it'll balance out. And if I need to, I can always add face pulls back in. So again, just trying to get that exercise variation and get all around strong, all around developed. Because that is the key to a system like this, right? We really do need to get strong at kind of everything. You want to be as strong as possible through your different angles, different planes of motion, different strength curves. We do the plyometric work. We do the general physical preparedness work. So max effort work, speed work, rep work, right? And we weave all of these together to become well-rounded, to be as strong as possible. You want to be as strong as possible, but you've got to be in shape, and that's the reason we put the GPP stuff in. That's why that's in there, is to keep you in shape so that you can handle all these performance elements. So again, this is very well-rounded training, and it's kind of funny. You'll get people who will mention this sort of training, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's low volume." No, it's not. Or it's just you only get good at the squat, bench, and deadlift. It's anything but. The people don't understand the system of training when they say things like that, and sometimes it's legitimate experts. It's scary. Then we did the chain tricep rollouts, right? God, these are tough still. Like, these really just hammer my triceps. But what I love about them is that they do it without affecting the elbow tendons. Now, I might switch over and start doing these with my football bar and hook chains onto it, because I think that'll be interesting. Because it is really annoying sometimes to get these chains in position and to try to grip these things. But I think it's pretty much going to be the same movement if I just hook chains to that football bar. It's going to be the same thing. And it'll allow me to overload these pretty heavy. That might be worth doing. And that's, again, also very elbow safe. So that might be what I do come next week. But I also increased the weight on these for the last 3 sets, because I got 15 on that first one. So I threw another 12-pound chain on each side. Then these got hard. I think I ended up around 11 or 12 rep sets after that. But yeah, they lit my triceps up like they've been doing. I feel like this is a phenomenal tricep exercise. Like, if you guys have access to chains, give these a try. They light my triceps up so effectively. Love them. And like I said, I think the football bar with chains hooked to it, I bet it's going to feel the exact same. It's just going to be very, very similar. I'm kind of eager to try it out. Same thing as far as my hammer curls. I might start using it for the hammer curls. All right. That'll be pretty cool. I can dig that. I also wonder if I'll get the same effect if I mess with it and hook bands to my band bags. Curl against bands in the rack. A whole new meaning to curling in the squat rack. But again, if I have all this equipment, I might as well use it to its fullest extent, right? Hit everything, get all these planes and angles perfected, get all around strong, all around jacked. All right, that's the whole goal. To be the best version of myself, as I'm trying to tell people, this isn't about just powerlifting. It is powerlifting, but it's being a strength athlete, a well-rounded athlete who happens to specialize in the squat, bench, and deadlift. That's why we do all the box jumps. That's why we do all the conditioning work, everything. And I did my lateral raises. I only did 3 sets of these today because I'm like, I get more volume on these on the day with the bands. I just wanted to go in and just really hammer my delts good, and the chains seem to really do that. Because again, I'm already doing all that pushing and pulling. People need to remember the side delts do get some splash over effect, but coming in and just doing 3, 4, maybe up to 5 sets of these, on each of these same upper body days gives you that extra stimulus, making sure that side delt and the upper trap get enough growth stimulus. Part of me wants to come in and do some extra trap work because all these really, really strong powerlifters always have the jack traps, but I don't know if I really need to add that or not yet. I feel like all this other work, if I do enough rowing and enough of the lateral raises, it will keep growing my traps. They do seem to be growing. And if I need to really hammer them directly later, I will. But I feel like right now, I have a lot of volume on all this other stuff. I don't know if I really want to throw another axial loading exercise in to do a bunch of shrugs. Stuff like this helps a lot. And again, particularly with all the extra rowing and other stuff. So, I'll have to wait and see. But again, these 3 sets were enough. This last one, I couldn't finish it. I was done, hit failure. Delts were finished. Then I did some higher up curls. And the reps were totally different on these on every single set. The first set, I think I only got to like 9 or 10. And it's because I did them immediately. I turned the camera off, walked over, adjusted the change, and did them right after my last set of laterals. That actually made it harder. Because then I got more reps when I took 2 minutes in the other room, came back and did a second set. I was able to get more reps in, like this next one. And same thing, I did 3 sets of this because I already did 5 sets of rows. 3 sets just to finish off my biceps, get the hammer curls in, pretty much take them to failure, just to finish everything off and make sure I'm getting that bicep and brachialis growth and all that we want. Again, it seems to be working. I think my arms are slowly growing, the best that they can. I'm not genetically gifted there, but they do need to grow a little bit. And this is, again, just kind of a finishing exercise to make sure that they do, and it's an exercise that doesn't cause tendinitis in that connective tissue. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.